From the Steiner Studios in Brooklyn, New York, it's everybody's game of strategy, knowledge, and fun. It's Tic Tac Does My Little Pony Friendship is Mega Tournament Special. Now here's your host, from Darren Gets Grounded, Dylan Dawson.
Thank you, Mark Elliott, and welcome to Tic Tac Does My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Tournament. Over the first week, we have made so much progress. We have had 5 great matches. We're in the last day of the first week, and still in the middle of our 6th game. So without further ado, let's bring in these ponies who are playing this match once again. Mark, if you would please.
Our first contestant for the second match is one of the most craziest and most funny characters of the main 6 ponies. She enjoys playing around with the ponies and goes loco in the coco. She's Pinkie Pie, and her challenger is another one of the characters of the main 6 ponies. She works as both a fashion designer and a seamstress at her own shop in Ponyville, the Carousel Baudieu, and has a crush on Spike, which was the last contestant on the show. She's Rarity.
Alright, we have these guys here once again, so let's talk to them. Welcome back, Pinkie Pie.
I'm proud to be here once again.
That's good. Now I think there's something from the show that you never knew about, but would probably find out about. That being that Twilight Sparkle and Princess Celestia got their hooves stuck together and they had to disguise themselves from everybody in town.
No, I did not know that, but I can tell it was not planned, so it's no big deal.
Well, I'm proud to hear that. So good luck to you, and welcome back, Rarity.
Well, I'm happy to be here again.
That's good. Now I know from the show that your henchmen double-crossed you and kidnapped Fluttershy and the ponies Notabago to prove themselves evil.
Yes, I know that. They said they would be better villains than me.
Well, we all know that you're the best at it. So I wish you both of you guys the best of luck. Now when we stopped on the last show, we were in the middle of your match. So we'll continue from where you left off. These are the categories we were dealing with on the last show. The categories are U.S. Presidents, Video Games, General Math, Bodies of Water, Japan, Rock Music, Automobiles, Bad Guys and Spelling. This is what the board looked like when we stopped on the last show. We have our 2 X's for Pinkie Pie, 2 O's for Rarity and $1,250 in the money pot. Pinkie Pie, when we left off, it was your next turn. So pick your third category.
I'll go with video games in the upper center.
Video games in the upper center. So here's the question. This sandbox indie game was created in 2009 by Swedish programmer Marcus Notch Persson. It is well known for being on the Xbox 360 and is where gamers create their own towers. Pinkie Pie, for the box, name this video game.
Minecraft?
That is right for the box. So we put an X in that box and we add $250 to the pot, bringing it to $1,500. Pinkie Pie, you are now 1 X away from winning this match. Rarity, we're back to you. So pick your third category.
I'll go with rock music to block.
Rock music to block. Rarity, if you get this right, you will have a block on Pinkie Pie. So here's the question. This Canadian rock band formed in 1975 with vocalist Ramon Ra Maguire and guitarist Brian Smith. The other current members include keyboardist Go-Go, bassist Scott Brown and drummer Clayton Hill. They have released 9 albums including a self-titled album, 2 for the show, Thick as Thieves, Flying Colors and Money Talks. They have also released the singles Raise a Little Hell, We're Here for a Good Time, General Hand Grenade, Oh Pretty Lady and Santa Maria. For a block on Pinkie Pie, name this Canadian rock band.
Trooper!
That is right for a block. So we put an O in that box and we add $250 to the money pot, bringing it to $1,750. Pinkie Pie, we're back to you. So pick your fourth category.
I'll go with spelling in the upper right.
Spelling in the upper right. So here's the question. Camouflage is a term used for beings to hide themselves by matching the colors of their surroundings. For the box, spell camouflage.
CAMOUFLAGE.
That is right for a box. So we put an X in that box and we add $250 to the pot, bringing it to $2,000. Pinkie Pie, for the third time, you are now 1 X away from winning this match. Rarity, we're back to you. So pick your fourth category.
I'll go with general math to block.
General match to block. Rarity, If you get this right, you will have your third straight block on Pinkie Pie. So here's the question. This is a branch of mathematics that studies the length of angles and triangles. It is used as a pre-calculus unit, and many known terms in this study are sine, cosine, and tangent. Rarity, for your third straight block on Pinkie Pie, name this unit of mathematics.
Trigonometry?
That is right for a block. So we put an O in that box and we add another $250 to the pot, bringing it to $2,250. Rarity, you are now 1-0 away from winning this match. We have only one box left, so we're gonna shuffle it and see what category Pinkie Pie will get. The last box is automobiles. Pinkie Pie, if you get this right, not only will you block Rarity, but we will have a tie game in this match between you and Rarity. This would make the second match in this tournament to have a tie game, since Rainbow Dash and Big Mac's match. Plus, we will add another $250 to the pot, bringing it to $2,500, and we will start a tie pot at $250. So here's the question. This automobile company was founded on June 9, 1957 in Seoul, South Korea. They are owned by the Hyundai Corporation, and their most recent vehicle is the Seoul. Pinkie Pie, for a block and a tie game, name this automotive company. Yes, and we have a tie game. Congratulations, ponies, you gave us our second tie game in this tournament, since Rainbow Dash and Big Mac's match. Like I said, we're gonna start a tie pot with $250. This will be given to the player who does not win today's match. Also, I must have say that every other time there is a tie game in a match in this tournament, we have a tie game, not counting how many times it's happened. Now we're gonna take our first break, and when we come back, we will start the second game of this match, so don't go away. Welcome back, everybody. Before the break, we had a tie game in this match between Pinkie Pie and Rarity. So we're gonna clear the board and put up 9 new categories as we start a second game in this match. The categories are abbreviations, Oscars, Dans and Dons, aquatic biology, Hanna-Barbera, football, funny men, soap operas, and a special category double or nothing. When you pick double or nothing, I will ask you a question right. You will have the option of either keeping the box or risking it for a chance to earn a second box. However, if you take the risk and get the question wrong, you will lose both of those boxes. In the second game, the 8 outer boxes are worth $500 and the center boxes is now worth $1,000. Rarity, we're gonna start with you this time, so pick the first category.
You know what? I'll take a chance and pick double or nothing to start with.
Double or nothing to start with. Like I said, if you get this question right, you will have the chance to go for another box on the board. So here's the question, which is on comic strips. This famous lazy, lasagna-loving cat is the title character of a popular comic strip that was created in 1978 by Jim Davis. His owner is John Arbuck. His friends are cats Nermal and Arlene, and John's dog Odie, and he is known for the catchphrase "That's Mondays." Now you name this character, and you've named the comic strip. For the box, name this character.
Garfield!
That is right for the box. Now before we put an O in that box, I want to know if you're gonna keep that box or risk it for another box.
I'll risk it and go with Hanna-Barbera in the center box.
Hanna-Barbera in the center box. Now this has 2 questions, and if you get this right, you'll earn both of those boxes. So here's the question. The Smurfs is a popular animated series was created by Hanna-Barbera in 1981, and it first aired on NBC until it ended on December 2, 1989. This female Smurf character was created by the Smurfs' archenemy. She is one of the few female Smurfs, and she has blonde hair and wears a dress. Their villain is an evil sorcerer who is a cat named Azrael, who plans to either tries to eat the Smurfs or turn them into gold. Now your 2 questions are, who is the female Smurf character with blonde hair? And who is the evil sorcerer that created her? You have 10 seconds to think those over, starting now. Rarity, your thinking time is up. Now who is the female Smurf character who has blonde hair?
Perfect!
That's right. Now for both of those boxes, name the evil sorcerer who created Smurfette.
Fuckable!
You got both boxes, so first, we'll put in O over Double or Nothing. Then, we put in O over Hanna-Barbera, bringing the money pot now to $4,000. Rarity, you are now 1-0 away from winning this match. Pinkie Pie, we're over to you now, so pick your first category.
You know what? I will go with double or nothing.
Double or nothing again. Like I've said, if you get this right, you will have the chance to go for another box on the board. So here's the question, which is on anatomy. A cataract is a disorder that causes blurring within this muscle that deals with vision and sight. Many parts of these include the pupil, retina, and the lens, and bursting of blood vessels are common in these. Pinkie Pie, for the box, name this important part of the body.
That would be the eye.
That is right for the box. Now before we put your X there, we need to know if you better want to keep the box or risk it for another box.
I will also take the risk and go with Oscars to block.
Oscars to block. Now I have to remind you that if you get this question wrong, you will lose both of those boxes, so here's the question. This 1975 drama film directed by Milos Forman starred Jack Nicholson, Louise Fletcher, Will Sampson, Christopher Lloyd and Danny DeVito. It won all 5 major Academy Awards including Best Picture, Best Actor in Lead Role, Best Actress in Lead Role, Best Director and Best Screenplay. For both of those boxes, name this famous 1975 film.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest!
You got both boxes, so we put an X over Double or Nothing, and we put an X over Oscars, which brings the pot now to $5,000. Pinkie Pie, you are now 1 X away from winning this match. Rarity, we're back to you. So pick your next category.
Well, it looks like I have to take funny men to block.
Funny men to block. Rarity, if you get this right, you will have a block on Pinkie Pie. So here's the question. This comedian is known for his trademark "you might be a redneck" one-liners. He is a member on the Blue Collar Comedy Tour with Larry the Cable Guy, Bill Engvall and Ron White. He is also the host of 2 game shows, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader and the American Bible Challenge. Rarity, for a block, name this comedian.
Jeff Foxworthy!
That is right for a block. Rarity, you are now 1-0 away from winning this match. Pinkie Pie, we're back to you, so pick your next category.
Once again, I will take double or nothing.
Double or nothing once again. So here's your question, which is on Canada. These are First Nations people who indigenous to Canada's maritime provinces and parts of Quebec. Their government band is the Qalipu First Nations in Newfoundland and Labrador. Pinkie Pie, for the box, name this Canadian First Nations people.
I hope I'm saying this right. Is it the Meatmac?
That is right for a box. Now before you make your choice, we'll put an X in that box, and we'll add $500 to the pot, bringing it to $6,000. You can keep that box, or take the risk once again and go for another box, but if you get it wrong, you lose both boxes. So what's your choice, Pinkie Pie?
I will go for it, but I'm gonna take abbreviations to block her.
Okay then, abbreviations to block. So here's the question. Law and Order is an American police procedural and legal drama series created by Dick Wolf in 1990. It has had 3 spin-off series, 1 UK series, CI meaning Criminal Intent, and SVU. For both of those boxes and a block, what does SVU stand for?
Special Victims Unit.
You got both boxes, so we'll put an X in that box and we add $500 to the pot, bringing it to $6,500. Pinkie Pie, you are now 1 X away from winning this match. Now we're gonna take our next break and then we'll continue this great match, so don't go away. Welcome back everybody. Before the break, we were near the end of the second game of the match between these 2 ponies. We have 4 X's for Pinkie Pie, 3 O's for Rarity and $6,500 in the money pot. Rarity, we're back to you, so pick your next category.
Looks like I have to take soap operas to block.
Soap operas to block. Rarity, if you get this right, you will have a block on Pinkie Pie. So here's the question. This daytime soap opera was created in Agnes Nixon in 1970 and is set in Pine Valley, Pennsylvania. a fictional suburb of Philadelphia. Many of its cast members included Josh Duhamel, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jesse McCartney, Kelly Ripa, Christian Slater and Carol Burnett. For a block on Pinkie Pie, name this daytime soap opera.
I don't know it.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was All My Children. Which means that you don't get a block on Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie, we're back to you, so pick your next category.
I'm going to take Hanna-Barbera for the win.
Hanna-Barbera for the win. Pinkie Pie, if you get this right, you will have the box, the win and $7,000 from the money pot. Which means that Rarity will receive $250 for the tie game. This animated cartoon series was created by Hanna-Barbera in 1962 as the futuristic counterpart of the Flintstones. It tells the life of a family who live in the year 2062, with robots, aliens, holograms and whimsical inventions. The father's name is George, who works at Spacely Sprockets, his wife's name is Jane, his children's names are Elroy and Judy, his dog is named Astro and his robot maid is named Rosie. Now you name this series and you've named the modern family of the future. For the box, the win and $7,000 from the money pot, name this series.
The Jetsons?
You got it, Pinkie Pie for Tic Tac Toe. Congratulations, Pinkie Pie, you've won this great match and soon, you're gonna play the bonus round. But first, Rarity, I'm sorry that mistake cost you a block, but since we had a tie game, we'll give you $250 and there's something I want to say before you go. Now on that other turn, instead of going for the win, Pinkie Pie went for the box to block Rarity. Every other player always went for the win. We had not seen that until now. So Rarity, until the next round, we say goodbye to you. So Pinkie Pie, are you ready to beat Spike?
Of course I am.
Then come on over here and let's play it. Hello Pinkie Pie, since this is your first trip to the bonus round, I'll show you how we play it. There are 6 cash values, $100 to $500, the Tic, the Tac and our baby dragon who was a contestant on the last show, Spike. Now there are 2 ways to win the bonus round, either get $1,000 or more cash values or find the Tic and Tac, and I'll give you an extra $1,000 to your winnings. Now you can stop when you like, cause if you find Spike, the bonus round is over and you'll lose all of the cash you found. Now since Spike, the one you'll see on the numbered boxes, lost the bonus round on our last show, if you win the bonus round today, you'll win what he would have won. This includes a jumpsuit for him and her, 2 mountain bikes, and a trip to Hershey Park, worth together $10,500. So Pinkie Pie, we know you ride a motorbike around Ponyville, so what do you think of those prizes?
I think they are all great and I would love to win them.
Well, the only way you can win them is to beat Spike. So we'll shuffle up the board, so you don't have to see him again. The board's all set, Pinkie Pie, so what's your first choice?
I'll start with number 3.
Number 3. So what is behind there? $400. Not a bad start. So what's your next choice?
I'll go with number 1.
Number 1. So what is behind there? $700. You're doing great. So what's your third choice?
I'll go with number 8.
Number 8. So what is behind there? You found the Tic. Now all you need is the Tac or $300 cash and you'll win all of those prizes. So what's your next choice?
I'll go with number 7.
Number 7. So what's behind there? Now you have $800. So what's your fifth choice?
I'll go with number 9.
Number 9. So what is behind there? You're almost there, Pinkie Pie. Now you have $950 cash. You can either keep the cash or go for all those prizes. So what's your next choice?
I made it this far. I'm gonna go to win those prizes.
You're gonna go for it. So what's your next choice?
I'll go with number 2.
Number 2. For all of those great prizes, is there anything but Spike? You've done it, Pinkie Pie. Congratulations, Pinkie Pie. You've won that action package and you've won the most you can win in the bonus round, $1,950. Now before we add up all your winnings, where did you think that Spike was hiding?
I bet Spike from the last show was behind number 4.
Number 4. If he is there, you don't lose anything. So regardless what's behind there, it was $250. So let's reveal where he was hiding. He was behind number 6. So Pinkie Pie will add up his and her jumpsuits, the mountain bikes, the trip to Hershey Park, and $1,950 cash to the rest of your winnings to give you a one-game winnings total of $19,650. And Pinkie Pie, if you beat 5 opponents, you'll be in our tournament for $1 million. Now you beat Rarity as your first, so you need 4 more. Now we're gonna take our third break, and when we come back, we'll ask Pinkie Pie some questions, so don't go away. Welcome back everybody. Before the break, Pinkie Pie had won the bonus round and got a lot of great prizes. Pinkie Pie, I also want to tell you that since you beat Rarity, you are now the 4th X player to win a match in this first round of the tournament. The other 3 were Twilight Sparkle, Rainbow Dash and Spike, while there have been 2 O players who have won their matches, those being Applejack and Fluttershy. Now I want to ask you this. In the fanfiction story, you, Twilight Sparkle, Princess Celestia and Sweetie Belle went to an alternate version of Ponyville, where you met the alternate version of Twilight Sparkle, right?
Yes, I did. And I had no idea at first she was actually a scientist like you.
Well, at least she forgave you insulting her. Now I hate to say this, but we ran out of time for today's show, and the first week of our tournament. So on Monday, we will start our 7th match in this first round, which will be a surprise to everyone. So until Monday, this is Dylan Dawson saying, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you tonight on Dylan Gets Grounded.
Some of our contestants and members of our studio audience will receive the home game version of the new Tic Tac doll. It's as much fun playing it as watching it on TV. In addition, some of our parting contestants will receive the following.
Get set for radical action in these exciting home video games, featuring smooth animation and endless entertainment from Capcom USA.
Look for these 2 ways to win in the ring with WrestleMania. The WrestleMania handheld video game and WrestleMania for your Nintendo Entertainment System. Both from Acclaim.
Ready, aim, punish. The Punisher for Nintendo. Explosive arcade action. State-of-the-art weaponry. Got the guts? The Punisher for Nintendo from LJN. Everything's a target. Even...
Now watch me waste the Macho Man with Acclaim's WrestleMania for the Nintendo Entertainment System. A leg drop, an elbow smash, a body slam!
WWF WrestleMania from Acclaim!
Ooh, yeah, I want a rematch.
For this mission, you need the Acclaim double-player dual wireless controllers for your Nintendo Entertainment System. With slow motion, twin-turbo rapid fire, head-to-head or team play. Get Acclaim's double-player system from power to move ×2.
Tic Tac Do My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Tournament is a variant and right production in association with MTN Productions. This is Mark Elliott speaking.